What up, YouTube, man? It's your boy, I'm back, man, with another reaction. We got what Kevin Garnett really said to his opponents. Full trash talk. Let's do it.
In today's video, I'll be breaking down Kevin Garnett's best trash-talking moments. This has been one of the most highly requested videos, and for good reason. Garnett says some of the craziest things imaginable, so I'm going to lip read everything and give you guys exclusive audio. If there's a specific player you want me to cover next, make sure to let me know in the comments. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. To start, let's talk about the time he nearly got into a fight with Carmelo Anthony. This came in 2013 after the two got tangled up on a rebound. Garnett wanted to get him amped up, and Melo said, somehow Garnett didn't agree with the foul call, saying, I just boxed him out. The refs didn't want to hear it, so Melo went to the line for one shot. Garnett tried to get him to miss, and it actually worked. The Celtics regained possession, and on the way back, Garnett said, I smell poop. Yeah, he really said that, and Melo confirmed it on a recent podcast.
It's not because he said, I smell poop. Okay.
As expected, those words didn't sit well with Melo. He shoved right back at KG after hitting a three, letting him know he wasn't going anywhere. However, this is where Garnett took things way too far. With 9 minutes left in the fourth, Melo switched onto Garnett and the two got into another shoving match. The refs let it play out, but after the possession ended, Garnett told Melo, suck my d. This was the breaking point for Melo, so he kept going at Garnett. He wanted to see if he was about that, saying, you're soft. I'll beat your ass. Melo also called him a 3 straight times and told him exactly what was going to happen. Garnett thought Melo wasn't going to do anything, but he would quickly find out. Right after the game, Melo waited outside the Celtics locker room and screamed for Garnett to come out. He never did, so Melo made his way to the Celtics team bus. He really wanted to settle things face to face, and this happened. That's how heated things got, and Melo even received a one-game suspension by the league. Garnett really got away with what he did.
Man, hey, I fought Kevin Garnett, or Ticket, whatever they call him, but he was tripping. But he seemed way, like he obviously he's just getting them. He like Draymond, probably just getting the mode on the court, but kind of different off the court. But he started this though, so I ain't gonna count. Like Melo can feel away, you know. I watch his podcast. I watch him in Paul Pierce, but
that's how heated things got, and Melo even received a one-game suspension by the league. Garnett really got away with what he did, but Dwight Howard was a different story.
He didn't get nothing from that
by the league. Garnett really got away with what
but he got suspended.
He did, but Dwight Howard was a different story. In a game between Houston and Brooklyn, Howard tried to get position in the post. Garnett stayed right there with him, but got called for a foul. He felt like Howard hooked his arm on purpose.
But I mean, I can't get mad at it, bro. It's just he keep the same energy with everyone.
Did. Howard really got him with a slap, so Garnett wanted to fight back. He kept chasing him and even picked up Trevor Ariza.
Nigga, bro, talk about just not a ticking time bomb. I don't think he's a crash out, but just talk about just fuck around and find out, or just what is it really called? Like, talk about just waiting for that moment. Like, give me a reason.
Arm on purpose and things.
Kevin Garnett, bro. Even though you starting it, kinda. But look, as soon as you
Howard really got him with a slap, so Garnett wanted to fight back. He kept chasing him and even picked up Trevor Ariza in the process. Garnett was going through all kinds of emotions, which led to this infamous line. Even security had to intervene, but Garnett wasn't. He was going through all kinds of
Bro, what the No, I did not think this video was gonna be this funny, bro.
Emotions, which led to this infamous line.
He swear that.
Even security had to intervene, but Garnett wasn't done.
Pat Bev.
Even security had to intervene, but Garnett wasn't done. He tried to sneak in from behind and go at Howard one last time. He was held back once again and had even more to say. Meanwhile, Howard wasn't taking any of this seriously. He thought he had the last word, but Garnett wanted to escalate things after the game.
I haven't wanted smoke in a very long time. I wanted smoke. I wanted so much smoke that I got dressed early because people don't know that when we left the court, we were still in the back.
Go there.
I wanted so much smoke that I got dressed early because people don't know that when we left the court, we were still in the back trying to. Yeah, and I was like, man, what am I? I called myself I was in the dock. I had a white beat on, and I was ready to, you know what I'm saying? Man, I looked up and I saw my wife and my kid walk out, and I snapped out of it. What are you doing? I did it all.
Who knows what would have happened if his family had not been there, but Garnett kept it moving. Antonio McDyess, on the other hand, made him rethink his actions. Back in 2007, the Pistons were going neck and neck with the Wolves. McDyess wanted to get going, but Mark Madsen guarded him pretty well. That led to Rip Hamilton making a play, and with Madsen all over him, McDyess threw an elbow. Garnett didn't like that, and this happened.
Oh, they been flopping like that?
A play,
and I'm not disrespecting him at all, but they did like a flop.
Garnett didn't like that, and this happened.
No, that ain't nothing. No, that's
didn't like
that's
that,
what's up,
and this happened.
Okay. I feel like he crashed out right there.
Ned didn't like that, and this happened.
If that was me, I would have did something like that, probably. Why he get mad right here? This was very soft. You know, why did Garnett get mad right here?
Garnett didn't like that, and this happened.
You gotta know, like, niggas is just be on that, and but it's like you gotta be able to read it. Like, I don't know, read the room. Like, he don't know who just pushed him a little bit. He just like, hey man, who this is? But you know how he be. You know how this nigga get. So.
Garnett didn't like that, and this happened.
I feel like was that disrespectful? I don't know, for you to throw the ball. I don't know. But shit, like I said, see, but then it escalate. I don't know if it was that deep.
It's funny
definitely
how
stand
Garnett
up for your teammate. I ain't mad at
that.
that.
He told McDyess, that's some bullshit. That shit. Garnett just wanted to stand up for his guy, but McDyess didn't want to hear it.
But
thought Garnett was actually snitching to the refs, and the two ended up getting ejected. Crazy how that played out, but nothing compares to how much Garnett despised
it was deeper than what it was.
During the late 1990s and 2000s, Duncan was considered the best power forward in the league. Garnett wasn't far behind, so he tried to get in his head every time they played.
Number 21 on both number 21?
As you saw,
Duncan
looked at him. Gave him the reaction he was looking for, so Garnett kept going at him.
Wait, what?
As you saw, Duncan didn't give him the reaction he was looking for, so Garnett kept going at him. On February 4th, 2002, the Spurs had a big lead against the Wolves. Garnett was frustrated with how the game was going, so he started talking crazy to Duncan.
Tony Parker.
Ooh. That's how mad Duncan made Garnett, and both players were actually ejected. Definitely a rare sight from Duncan, but the tension between them went back to 1999.
Nah, I ain't gonna cap. Don't let your anger out on me, nigga. I ain't gonna lie. Nah. I'm not with that. Don't let your anger out on me and then get me involved in these shenanigans and get me ejected and shit, man. Hell no.
While David Robinson was fighting for position, Joe Smith got called for his foul. Robinson felt like it was a dirty play.
Oh, that's not him. I thought that was Garnett.
Was fighting for position. Joe Smith
I'm like, bro, he dead ass wanted with anybody. I ain't saying duck nothing, but David Robinson, bro, he's known for his. Ain't it like he
between them went back to 1999. While David Robinson was fighting for position, Joe Smith got called for this foul. Robinson felt like it was a dirty play, but Garnett
whole different league, boy.
The two exchanged a few words, and Duncan just wanted to de-escalate the situation. However, Garnett saw it differently and actually smacked the top of his head. Duncan was caught off guard.
Why you keep going at him though? What the hell you do?
Garnett saw it differently and actually smacked the top of his head. Duncan was caught off guard, but he didn't think much of it. Garnett's mind games never worked on him, and he even admitted it during an interview. Now let's talk about one of Garnett's favorite sayings. On February 10th, 2013, the Celtics had a double-digit lead against the Nuggets. Everything was going right for Boston, but Kenneth Faried didn't let up. He tried to dominate the glass, but Garnett wasn't having it. That's Kevin Garnett at his finest, and he kept saying this every time he blocked a shot. It's crazy how
I don't think that's necessarily that crazy.
At full volume, and sometimes I wonder what KG would have been like in the NBA bubble. It might have been too much for national TV, and this next clip perfectly explains why. During a matchup between the Wolves and the Pelicans, Eric Gordon couldn't miss. He was cooking all the young guys in Minnesota, and even started showing some new moves.
Wait a second. Wait a minute. What year would this be? Damn, Eric Gordon, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy. But Zach LaVine, 2017. He won in the league.
All the young guys in Minnesota.
Was he?
Even started showing some 2018. Moves. Garnett didn't think he was that guy, so he didn't hold back.
2017, I think. Hell no. Oh, or was it 2016? I don't know.
Hold back.
Hell no. Trash ass
This has to be one of the funniest clips out there, and Minnesota somehow came back to win the game. Maybe Garnett has a reason for everything he says, but he didn't have the same patience with Gerald Wallace. It all began on November 28, 2012. Garnett tried to make a move, but Chris Humphries gave him a hard foul. Garnett thought that wasn't a basketball play and said, "Y'all gotta look at this shit." Rondo seemed to agree, so he got into it with Humphries. This escalated towards the front row, so Wallace tried to grab Rondo.
Humphries, I ain't heard that name in a minute.
So he got into it with Humphries. This escalated towards the front row, so Wallace tried to grab
Every
Rondo.
time I think
Garnett thought
this is the 2K era. Like, there's certain players I only knew because of 2K. Like, and that's one of them. Yeah, Humphries.
This escalated towards the front row, so Wallace tried to grab Rondo. Garnett thought he had different intentions, so
like
he
when I was
him
only on 2K, I wasn't watching no real games. I forgot. Well, I just didn't know. I was young. I was so into games back then that I thought the games were like. I did not realize like how 2K is now. Like, it's supposed to be an exact replication of what's going on in real life. I only was just focused on the game. Like, so I look at these dudes as like game characters or game like people. I didn't look at them as real people. I don't know.
This escalated
like I forgot. Like at the same time I'm playing this game 2K13, 14, bro. The NBA is going on at the same time. I didn't even realize that.
Tried to grab Rondo. Garnett thought
I knew a lot of these players from the game.
In the face, literally grabbed him with two hands, and Garnett kept getting in there.
Trey Burke, Humphries. I've heard of him. Michael Carter Williams, I first seen him on 2K. I didn't even realize like he actually was the #1 pick, right? In real life. Like I thought that was just my career. Like it's crazy. I thought that was just part of my career. Like
Garnett thought he had
but I mean, shit, your consciousness, your awareness grows.
Literally grabbed him with two hands, and Garnett kept getting in there.
You start to look out for his
guy, but that tension continued on Christmas Day. As Wallace grabbed an offensive rebound, he tried to go back up, but lost his balance. He grabbed onto Garnett's shorts to keep himself from falling, but he didn't like it. An altercation broke out.
Nah, but that's disrespectful.
"What are you doing?" Wallace didn't
get off me.
Himself from falling, but he didn't like it. An
altercation
broke out, and Garnett said, "What are you doing?"
What are you doing, though?
And replied, "Really, bro?" The refs ended up calling double tag, and the whole Celtics team couldn't believe it. Garnett does have a point here, but he isn't always the victim. He loved to instigate other players, and David West wasn't going for it. With 6 minutes left in the first, Garnett picked up his second foul on this play.
We thought Draymond Green, man.
Garnett was in foul trouble this early in the game,
I did not know
it
was coming like this. Just that. Until recently. Probably like a couple years ago.
Garnett really tried to pull a Lance Stevenson, so West said, "He blew in my face, bro. I don't play that bullshit." Garnett simply walked away since he got exactly what he wanted. He did anything to get an advantage, and Al Jefferson witnessed that firsthand. If you know Garnett, he hates when players play after the whistle.
I mean, but I can't get mad at you trying to just maximize your career, and because them little things, them little shenanigans could be the difference in winning the championship. Like, what if this is in the finals, or you got to do something, bro. You got to, leave it all out there,
Same antics with Jefferson. Their arms got locked up while going for the ball, so Jefferson said, "You aight, motherfucker." He also pushed Garnett, who didn't say a single thing back.
I remember him too off 2K.
So Garnett kept it going and threw a shoulder right after a timeout. He really tried to get Big Al to react, but he came to his senses and said, "That's him being him. That's his game." Still, Garnett acted like nothing happened and the tension resumed. In the following possession, Garnett took him in the post and scored a nice bucket. He was fired up and called Jefferson a on the way back.
Man,
the game was cold, so Jefferson tried to keep his composure. He brought the same energy back to Garnett, but the refs blew the whistle.
He doesn't seem like a bad guy though.
To keep his composure. He brought the same energy back to
Garnett,
when you
but listen to him.
Whistle. Jefferson started to get frustrated, and that's what made Garnett so unique. He dominated both the physical and mental side of the game, but Shannon Fry felt like he crossed the line. Back in 2011, the Suns were dominating the Celtics, and Fry wanted to extend the lead. He launched a quick three over Garnett, but he punched him in the nuts. Definitely not basketball play, so Fry quickly stood up and said, "That's bullshit." Garnett got right in his face.
And then he the type to get mad, exactly. Like, watch out, bro.
"That's bullshit." Garnett got right in his face and replied, "What do you want to do?" He thought he didn't do anything crazy, so Fry said, "You know what you did. You punched me in the nuts. You hit my." Garnett kept saying he just put his hands up, but when you look back at the replay, that definitely wasn't the case. The two kept exchanging words, but Garnett didn't forget what happened. Just a few years later, Fry tried to take him one-on-one, and Garnett stood his ground.
Point lead down to 16 now, and two guys who have been outstanding. Lopez and Plumlee combined 15 of 17 from the floor.
Ooh, the footwork though. He missed that dude, bro.
Garnett really took this matchup personally.
He said what?
Neither one in the game right now as Fry
Garnett really took this matchup personally, and it's crazy how much energy he played with. Fry just accepted the trash talk, but that was the complete opposite of Nazi Muhammad. In fact, he wanted to throw hands with Garnett. This happened in 2009 after Garnett got called for an offensive foul. Muhammad felt like Garnett made too much contact with his face, but Garnett said, what? He couldn't believe the call, so Muhammad wanted to have a few words. Garnett tried to just walk away, but he said, watch out, man. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Muhammad replied, You a bitch. I swear to God. Garnett did his usual thing of putting his hands up, but Muhammad wanted some real smoke. He tried to get everyone away from him and almost hurt his own teammate. That's how much Muhammad wanted to beat him up, but that wasn't the only time Garnett got into it with the Bobcats. Just a year prior, Raymond Felton tried to dribble the clock out since the Bobcats pretty much had the game decided. Rondo almost caught up to him, so Garnett gave him an extra shove. Basically a frustration push, but Felton stood up for himself. He said, why do you do that? Gerald Wallace also got in the mix, so Garnett smacked his hand and said, I ain't the one. I ain't the one.
Face
I ain't the one.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all
Garnett tried
actually
to go
killing
back at
me
him,
though.
but the refs got in the way. Garnett basically went 1v5 here, but those antics didn't work against LeBron James. During the early 2010s, Boston had a huge
that's where
rivalry
that's
with Miami.
from.
They hated LeBron's decision of going to South Beach, especially Kevin Garnett. He thought it was a coward move, but he used it as motivation.
Let me say something to you. The C's, we didn't give a fuck about LeBron. We didn't fear LeBron, and we didn't think that he can beat all 5 of us.
With that in mind, Garnett wanted to get LeBron riled up. He used all forms of trash talk and even cursed him out to get Paul Pierce motivated. However, LeBron didn't seem too bothered by the trash talk. He actually used his own mind games against him, and Garnett couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, okay, that's where that's from.
This really pissed off Garnett, so he picked up...
Bro, this thing is not real, bro.
He actually used his own mind games against him,
Look
and
how you
Garnett
looking
couldn't
at
do
that
anything about
nigga,
it. This really pissed off Garnett, so he picked up the intensity in game 3. As LeBron tried to make a play, Garnett gave him a hard contest,
just looking at
and
that
things got
nigga,
heated.
Wait, hold on.
As LeBron tried to make a play, Garnett gave him a hard contest, and things got heated. You can tell Garnett really meant that, but once again, LeBron didn't buy into it. He just let his game do the talking and carried the Heat to the NBA Finals. Garnett never shook LeBron's hand after Game 7, which tells you everything you need to know. Now, there's no better way to finish this video than with Kevin Garnett's trash talk to Austin Rivers. On March 2nd, 2015, the Wolves faced off against the Clippers. Garnett wanted to prove that he still has something left in the tank, so he gave it his all on defense.
Wait, he went back to that team?
Off against the Clippers. Garnett...
Because I'm like, I swear you just sold something for like 2012, 2013. He was on the Celtics or something,
Garnett
right?
wanted to prove that he still has something left in the tank, so he gave it his all on defense. Hedging on ball screens, staying put on down coverage, he was just all over the place, and even helped Andrew Wiggins with his Chris Paul matchup.
He was career beat. Is this, am
time
I right? He was career beat crazy, bro. Like, I didn't know all the teams Shaq played on. I didn't know Scottie Pippen played on them other teams. I didn't know Charles Barkley. Like, it's crazy.
He was just all over the place and even helped Andrew Wiggins with his Chris Paul matchup. This
Am I
forced Paul to
tripping?
call a timeout, and Garnett was hyped about it. Austin Rivers had an issue with that, so he straight up pushed him. This caught Garnett by surprise, replying, "Hey bro, you better watch out. What are you gonna do? I know you." Rivers was quickly pushed away by the refs, and Garnett just kept staring at him. He thought Rivers was talking to the wrong one, so he told his teammates, "I want y'all to know, I'm a beast." Literally the most Kevin Garnett thing ever, but this tension didn't come out of nowhere. Back in 2009, Rivers was one of the top high school players in the country.
Goodness.
His confidence was through the roof, so he decided to challenge the Celtics players to a one-on-one. With his dad Doc Rivers coaching the team, Austin saw it as an opportunity to see where his game was at. He actually showed out, beating both Paul Pierce coaching the team. Austin saw it as an opportunity to see
I
where
love that pop. I love explosiveness, though. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I'm starting to notice.
the Celtics players to a one-on-one. With his dad Doc Rivers coaching the team, Austin saw it as an opportunity to see where his game was at. He actually showed out, beating both Paul
He was
Pierce and
athletic
Kendrick
like that?
Perkins.
Like, what happened? Was he doing that in the NBA?
Saw it as an opportunity to see where his game was at. He actually showed out, beating both Paul Pierce and Kendrick Perkins pretty comfortably. Then came Kevin Garnett, who didn't even have his shoes tied, and let's just say Austin got too ahead of himself.
And I came in from the weight room and he rolled the ball. And I said, what? And I looked at it, hit my toes. I said, what? I said, check. I said, check. Yeah. You know, I'm a dragon, bro. I know your dad, the coach, so I got to be real careful on how I let this dragon out. This a kid. This is a high school kid. Got a lot of confidence, but I'm a dragon. And I tied my shoe, and I heard Pete say, yeah. I heard him and T.A. say, yeah, tie them shoes, killer. And that's when the dragon came out. And I'm out there. I heard him and T.A. say, yeah, tie them shoes, killer. And that's when the dragon came out. And I'm out there 5-1. I had to go dragon. And I went 5 straight. But I tapped him, keep working on your game. He was hot. Yeah. Ball. Man, hey. and I went 5 straight. But I tapped him, keep up your game. He was hot. Threw the ball. Man, wanted to scrap. He was hot. Dad threw him out. Get out. Go get it. 150 games. That's why you got mopped up. And then let's start cracking.
Garnett
Oh,
is,
wait.
Dad threw him out. Get out. Go get it. 150 games. That's why you got mopped up. And then let's start cracking.
Garnett is really one of a kind, and it's funny how Doc Rivers humbled his son like that. He knew there were levels to this, and it just shows how competitive Garnett really was. And that pretty much concludes the video. Where do you guys rank Garnett among the greatest NBA trash talkers? Who do you want to see next in the series? Let me know your thoughts
Shit,
down in
top
the comment
three,
section below.
shit.
I hope everyone has a great day. Peace out.
Y'all let me know what y'all think, bruh. I'm out, man. No cap.